Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Sunday, July 27th, 2025. I'm here to do a collective general reading. It's a timeless read. I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders. So you're free to change the roles or the genders as you need to throughout the read. That is not a problem. Please use your higher wisdom and discernment while you're listening to general collective readings. This is not a personal reading, okay? And not every read is going to be for you. You have to be careful when you're listening to these types of readings, okay? It's easy to forget and just take on other people's storylines as our own, and that is not recommended, okay? If you're not already aware of it, then leave it alone. It's not your story. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you for all your kindness and your support, your kind words. It means a lot to me, and your donations. Thank you so very much. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so very much. Hopefully you're having a great day. Let's see where we're going to go with this reading, shall we? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the white light. What's the message for the collective? Thank you. Survive. You could be a survivor of something. Illness, abuse, some sort of trauma, or you're in survival mode or somebody else's. That's the overarching energy. It could be, this is a military uniform, so maybe you could, maybe you're military, I don't know. Bottom of the deck, we have the underlying energy, yes or no. So you have a decision to make, or somebody else does. Somebody's trying to play a puppet master, okay? There's two sides I just heard. Okay, so there's two sides. So somebody's trying to regale people to do their bidding. Remember, lest we forget, might be military. Maybe somebody's thinking about going into, I don't know, maybe you got home, you survived the military, a tour. Maybe you're thinking about going back again. I don't know, or somebody else's. Could be something to do with children, a mother. Something was done behind a mother's back. Somebody remembers something. Somebody's under observation. Somebody's watching behind your back. So they think you don't know they're watching you. Your tribe are watching you. They're watching your back. Self-preservation. Someone is in survival mode. They're watching to see if you're in survival mode. So this could be your tribe's watching your back. Somebody, okay, it's maybe not a whole tribe, but somebody within your tribe or wherever you are is watching your back. Self-care. They wanted you in survival mode. No, you take care of yourself. This is self-love. This is, listening to your body, listening to your gut. It doesn't have to be just physical health. It could also be mental, spiritual. If there's people around you that are no good for you, listen to your gut. Self-preservation is wonderful here. You could be a teacher, or you're a guide teaching people how to take care of themselves, or somebody's just taking a page out of your book type of thing. They're doing what you're doing. Okay? Or maybe this is where you're going and this is what you do. You're some sort of a guide for people that are going through it. Okay? You could go different ways still. So we have survive. Maybe you're telling your story of survival. And somebody was trying to convince others to go the other way, thinking, okay, they're this, that, and the other thing. And people are hearing that you survived whatever was done to you. And they have to make a decision whether they're with their own soul tribe coming up after you, or whether they're going to back you up. It could be a child and a mother situation as well. Survive. Where are we going with this, please, for the collective? Oops, almost. Somebody showed themselves the divine masculine. This could be you or someone else. Yang masculine energy. This is all the four kings in the tarot deck that's gone through the highs and lows. You went through the highs and lows of each king in the deck and learned your lessons and elevated and ascended. And you're now displaying the finer qualities of each king and then some. It's the most powerful masculine energy in the deck. You're here for a reason. Someone's obsessed with you if you're a divine masculine. It could be a female in this energy too. It's just not just male, okay? This is a go-getter, so that takes action. Has authority, divine authority. So this is somebody's obsessed with wanting to be a divine masculine, or obsessed with you. Or a divine masculine's obsessed with you. I don't know, infatuation, adoration, and addiction. Oh boy. Yeah, you bring peace to somebody. Maybe you are a guide. A divine masculine could be a guide. Somebody's a guide teaching people how to take better care of themselves. Balance, harmony, and friendship. Maybe somebody wants to be friends with you. This could be a friend. You bring harmony and peace to someone's world. You have a firm foundation, established family and security. Or they do. It could be, I don't know, place yourself in your fitness, okay? It's confusing me right now. Somebody wants to come through your door. They want you to invite them over. Someone's very bitter because you're still stable and secure. You're still healthy. You're still at peace. So somebody wanted to disturb your peace. Resentment, anger, hurtful words. Nothing but a prickly prick, right? Male or female. You know, these are burrs. You know, they stick to your clothes when you walk past them. So they wanted you to come off as bitter. I don't know. I'm getting weird and sorrowful. Somebody's sorrow, loss, grief, and depressed. That's what they wanted you to go through. They might be doing spell work towards you. You survived all of it. If it is spell work, they caused you a lot of pain. They laughed at your pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. There's a distance, whether it's emotional or physical, separation, space, and blockage. They're trying to block you. But you went the distance. You went far. You went a lot farther than other people. This be a whole group coming after you. Oh, before I did this read, I was definitely hearing unalive cults. This could be an unalive cult coming after divine masculine, male or female, doesn't matter. You went the distance here. You survived everything they threw your way. Good for you. Congratulations. That means you are a divine being. And they barked up the wrong tree. And they in trouble now. I mean, the divine will sit back and watch them do what they do. Not because he wants you to hurt, but, you know, you took this job on. You took this is your job. You are a target to these ne'er-do-wells, right? These lower vibrational people. And you're always going to be a target to them, unfortunately. That's the way it goes. And this is, you understood this before you even came here in this realm. So survive, divine masculine. So we have tear down kings and queens, and we have unalive cults. Oh, they laughed about this. Too many. I just want one. Please, Spirit. Survive, divine masculine. Healing. Self-care, introspection, and meditation. You're healing. You're not... If they're trying to unalive you, you're still healing. You're still peaceful and zen. Distance, divorce, ghosted, separation. It could be somebody you divorced or separated from. It could be a past partner. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be anybody, okay? Let's be truthful. Maybe their own crowd is distancing themselves from them because whoever this was trying to really cloud other people's judgments, intuition, where it came to you. They tried to make themselves bigger and scarier than what they actually are. I don't know. I'm picking up this for bragging rights. They want power. And they barked up the wrong tree coming after a divine being, and now they're stuck because they know they can't win against a divine being. It's not a contest, anyways. It's not a battle against a divine being. It's a battle against the divine God. They barked up the wrong tree, and they know they're not going to win, but they have to keep up appearances, right? They've committed themselves thus far. They're going to look weak. They're going to look like the loser that they actually are if they concede. So they're still going until their last dying breath, I suppose. Yeah, there's a lot of tension here. Stressed out, migraines, and worry. You're taking time out to smell the roses. Slow down. Take some you time. Get out in nature. And maybe that's what they need. They wanted you to go through all these stresses. Oh, yeah, they're just hiding the fact that they're really stressed out and they're this and that. Nah. They're living their life. Yeah. You're happy. Your laughter, your happiness, joy, and healing. Maybe somebody else in the group is happy that you are who you are. And they're laughing at this numbskull. Something to do with your family. They thought it would be funny. Or somebody you have a family with. Blood ties, inner circle. Now they're paranoid because they're peeping. They're peeping. They see that you're happy and you're healed and you're doing you. Sorry, I'm just taking my sweater off. I was cold before I started this, so somebody's getting some cold feet or they're getting chilled out of this group here, iced out. So they're being cautious, they're insecure, and they're guarded because they know what's coming. They're suffering in silence. They know that. They can't tell this group or this family what they've done. Unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. Archangel Michael's protecting you. Or you could be Archangel Michael in the flesh. I don't know. Protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. There you go. They came up after the divine. They burnt their bridges with the divine. Lack of trust, disloyal, turned back on. They burnt their bridges with this crowd too. Or they burnt their bridges with you. Yeah, they're drowning. They're in over their head. Like I told you, overextended, rock bottom. Two-faced. Double life, cheater, backstabber. Coming after the divine feminine energy. So you could be one or both. Divine masculine, divine feminine. A divine masculine could have gotten suckered into this group to come up after you. Or divine feminine. I don't think it would be a divine feminine because she doesn't take it. I say she could be masculine in this energy. They attract. They don't take action, right? They're trying to convince the divine masculine, the divine feminine's two-faced. I don't know. It could also be that you have balanced your masculine and feminine energies and you are both. You're creating something new. This is, you're down to earth. You're very loving and sweet, or humanitarian. You are down to earth, grounded, unconditional love here. This is happening today. They're figuring out you are divine feminine energy or you're both, okay? Good vibes now in the moment, and they're full of envy of your glow up. You put up some boundaries. They crossed the line. They're not to cross this line ever again. Disrespectful enough is enough. Defend yourself. And if you have to defend yourself as a divine being, you will. In the flesh, I mean physically. You're not going to take their shit. Or maybe the divine masculine, he or she's in this somehow, is going to come in and draw the line. This is enough here. He's going to come in and finally protect you. Maybe he or she's going to realize you are their partner, or vice versa. Masculine energy. I can't make this up. Authority, discipline, and father figure. Somebody crossed the line. Somebody's a psychopath, a narcissist, and they're on the run now because they're in the shitter. Damn, old exes, dead relationships, old ways. So I don't know if you're the masculine or the feminine energy. You could be both. You could be both, like I said, or they're in there somewhere, okay? It's kind of really, really confusing right now, but there's thousands of people here, so there's thousands of different scenarios. I apologize. I tried to keep it where I can understand this, but, you know, it is what it is. Well, it's general readings. It's tarot. Survive, divine masculine, and healing. So a divine masculine could be healing from something if this is not you. They're magic, they're bullshit, or this is you and you survived something. Congratulations. New beginnings, spiritual awakening. So the divine masculine could have had a spiritual awakening, or you have. Coming back to self, right? This is a spiritual awakening for sure. Congratulations. Your soulmate's not who you think it is. So maybe the divine masculine was lied to. You got a lot of hoe bags going, I'm your empress. And they spread their legs and they think that's an empress move. No, it's not. Okay? Your soulmate's not who you think it is. This is love, true love, unconditional love. The feelings are mutual. They have serious regrets for hurting you. And so a divine would. If they hurt their partner or anybody and they're in that vibration, they're going to feel really bad. They're going to try to make good on that. They will suck it up, humble themselves, and apologize and tell the truth. They won't make excuses either or project, you made me do this, you provoked me. No, okay? It's the winter out there, discontent. You know, like in Game of Thrones, winter's coming. Something happened last winter. Winker. They could be a wanker. I don't know. Something happened last winter or will this winter. This is a past life connection. Somebody's online dating here. A Pisces, you or them, or something happened in Pisces season, hurricane season ahead. Okay, there's a secret admirer. Their ex. So somebody, this is going on in their world. It's not going on in yours. Yeah, somebody's got to bring back balance, or this is a beast. Okay, the number of the beast. Their ex. News of legalities. They got to balance something out with you. It's a younger woman, you or them. A hit and run. Maybe they hit it and quit it, you know what I'm saying? Or there was an actual hit and run with a car. You have strong psychic abilities. Maybe they wanted to bowl you over with their car. Good for them. See where that's going to get you, huh? A younger man, you or them. You will be attending a get-together soon, at the right place, at the right time. Drop the weight. Maybe you're in the midst of losing weight. It could be debt as well, because that says debt. on that card. Or somebody's just got to drop the heaviness. This is getting too heavy to carry. Planning a move. So maybe you're overextended, or somebody else in the equation is, and you're planning a move. You've been ignoring your gut. Don't do that, okay? Rejection is God's protection. Damn right it is. He knows and sees and hears everything that you didn't, okay? Something to do with autumn. It could be a name as well. But this coming autumn or last autumn, something happened. Somebody made a decision here. You got on path. You could be a Virgo. Somebody else is a Virgo. Or something's going to happen in Virgo season. Someone's a drama queen. And it's time to move on. 333, third party. Okay, your ascended masters might be around. Somebody was triangulating you, or your wishes are going to be coming. Now it's a third party. There's a big fight. Always fighting. Missed opportunity. Time to set new goals. There's going to be an increase in money, or something's cost too much. You must move. You don't know your value. Somebody was two-faced all along, and it's a spiritual awakening. Like I said, and you're ending this karmic cycle because you're dealing with nothing but liars, and you're going towards a clean slate. But be cautious, okay? Be very cautious, because this person's lit. You lit a fuse in them. Somebody was unfaithful. Something's burning. They might have an STD. A message is coming that you do not want to hear. 911, you might have to call the cops on them, okay? Money down the drain. Block them. They want to use you for more money. So if this resonates, then this is your story. If it doesn't, only take what does. But if it doesn't resonate, it's not yours. It's no harm, no foul. Be glad it doesn't resonate with you. It is what it is. Oh, what deck do you want me to use? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so we have Survive, Divine Masculine, Healing 111. Either these people were part of an unalive cult, or they contacted an unalive cult to do you in, or somebody else in. Like I said, you might be on the outskirts of this, and you're going to hear about it from your divine masculine or feminine that comes in, but it could be directly affecting you or affecting your partner that maybe you know them, maybe you don't yet. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Everybody's story is different. Survive, Divine Masculine, Healing 111, or you could be both. That's the message here, please, Spirit. Somebody's obsessed with putting distance between you and somebody else. Message, please. Thank you. Well, that was a bad investment. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. You get what you give. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. End of the road, can't go any further. They don't have proof. Maybe somebody claimed that they had proof or something, and they don't have all the resources they need. They have to relocate. Maybe you're running out of money. Somebody stole your money. Somebody used you. Relying on a hoe, right? No longer investing in this. It's not worth it. Overarching energy. So we have, balancing. Somebody's giving and receiving, prioritizing others. You were very generous, or somebody's very generous here. Not without a song and a dance, I heard. Wow, okay. Getting paid or paying others to do something. Somebody needs to balance something out. Yeah, secretly. They were doing this in secret. Paying a reader, a spiritualist. Paying people to keep their mouths shut. There's a lot of secrecy going on here, but you used your intuition. They were giving up past. This could be, if there's children involved, maybe the children, there's a paternity issue. This is unrequited love. A lot of trauma bonding, not going back to the past. There's secrets about losing a child. They want you to keep your mouth shut, maybe. They took part in some sort of scheme to make you lose your child or children. Blaming you for this, that, and the other thing, calling CAS. Or this is giving out false and misleading information about your unrequited love, not going back there. You don't have any good memories. If it's your family, no good memories. You're not talking to them or somebody. Very balanced. They have to balance something out. Yeah. What's this balance? Yeah, you healed your heart. You're not heartbroken over this any longer. There could have been a lot of mental, emotional, physical. Well, okay, maybe physical, but verbal and psychological abuse. A lot of shit talking. So, now they want to come back. They want forgiveness. They want to come back here. They want you to come back into another karmic cycle with them. Go down, stay in the past with them and their trauma. Somebody's cutting their losses here. This was a bad investment. You're not going back there. Or they want to come back towards you because they have no more money and they're getting kicked out of somewhere. They have to relocate. They're lying, cheating, and or stealing. 7-7 if this resonates. They're trying to escape a situation here. They could be breaking up with somebody in the past or somebody, I don't know, this is a karmic soul tie. Maybe they're trying to dry up your money by lying about you and setting you up so you would come back to them. I don't know. So they could be hailed a divine being. That's not a divine being. Yeah. Any third-party situation, a collaboration, false contract, in breach. Somebody could be in breach, not cooperating, not getting along. Somebody went rogue, maybe, didn't consult the others and did whatever they did. This is lazy, don't want to put the work in, and very disrespectful. Not able to help, not getting any help. They did too much here. Okay, so I think whatever group this is, this third-party situation, friend group, on a life cult, people are getting hurt here. So they don't want to help this person anymore. This is like no harmony here. Poor decisions. They're reaping the consequences of this. This was all one-sided coming after you, if they were coming after you or someone else. Okay, it was all one-sided. It was based on their lies, based on their greed, their jealousy, whatever it is that they're lacking here. Them wanting to be a divine being and they're not. Well, you can't bully your way and kill your way into that position. Sorry. I hate to tell you that, okay? You can't steal, you can't defraud. No, you can't pretend that you're a divine being when you're not. Eventually, people are going to start seeing the truth. So, this is no harmony here. All one-sided. Could be a false contract. They did too much. They need to go into recovery or recover something. It's embarrassing and disgraceful. They got to let this go. Yeah, somebody's a malicious, ruthless prick. Could be male or female, in their emotions. They're maybe drinking, an alcoholic, very malicious, ruthless, and cruel, and careless, not caring about anybody. So these people are they're figuring out it was all one-sided. It was all stacked against them to begin with. Everybody's taking on karma and or taking on whatever consequences, right? People are mad. They're letting this person go. This person is emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. It's a backfire. They're all getting backfires. It's bad news. There you go. It's bad news. Trying to stop your forward motion. There's no communication. Trying to block your money, or their money's being blocked, or their opportunities. This is an opportunist. You got to release something to you, let something go. They can't hold back any longer. They're unstable and insecure. They have no protection or no money saved, and they're angry now. Something's happened. They were gutting for you. Okay? Fast communication, fast action. It could be first responders. People are angry. It's going to cost people some money here. I just heard it's going to set me back. Wow. So this is going to set somebody back, whether financially, I don't know, in life, I don't know, career. It's going to set somebody back. Somebody has no protection. Maybe they're trying to buy protection and they can't find it. They can't hold back anymore. Somebody may want to open up towards you, release something, let something go to you. They bore false witness. They could have purged it themselves. They lost a child. Somebody's in debt. They took a huge gamble and lost. Didn't want to learn a lesson. There was no follow through. This is bad financial news. Somebody was very immature. Or like I said, somebody lost a child, possibly. This could be divination abuse. Yeah, they scapegoated you. They can't pay up. Family or group's not happy. They're not getting paid. They were lied to come after you. You were the scapegoat. Wow. Not happy. The truth's coming out. They're not happy. The truth's coming out. They have to face their shadow and their fears. They can no longer hide this. There's no more confusion. They're getting let go. They have to give up. They're angry and they're scared. They can't block the truth. It's coming to light. Coming to light, coming to light. They're being exposed. This is illumination. Okay? Something to do with paternity, potentially. They're getting let go. The truth is here. They're feeling rejected and abandoned, feeling sorry for themselves. They'd rejected the gift that was the divine. This could be a divine that rejected you in the past. They were lied to. I don't know. Now they're feeling some kind of salty here, okay? They wanted the fast people, fast life, things that don't matter at the end of the day, you know, temporary things. Bored and dissatisfied with life. Now they're going to have to humble themselves, and they're not liking this. Or this is a divine masculine or feminine that's realizing, I'm pretty sure it's a masculine, male or female, realizing that where they were, whoever they were with had no integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Now they could be out in the streets. I don't know. They're moping. They're going to have to humble themselves to contact you. Somebody took a second look at you. They see you for who you truly are. This is assessing a situation. This is communication here. They're afraid to communicate with you. With the police, maybe. Law and order. Somebody speaking some truth. Somebody with authority. Speaking the truth, cutting through the minutiae and the bullshit. They're getting cut out of something. Possibly they tried to screw around with your crown chakra. You have a lot of creativity and inspiration here. You do speak. This could be you. It could be somebody else. You're speaking the truth. You have authority. You're not going to mess around either. You're not sugarcoating anything. You're getting right to the heart of things, right? Yeah, they're worried. They can't eat or sleep. They have to tell you the truth, or they have to talk to some sort of professional about whatever's going on here. Yeah, they could be traveling or moving or on the run. Somebody could be transitioning, could be a doctor, they need surgery. Or you're moving forward, you're going towards a happier life, you've moved on. Spirit plucked you out of rough waters and took you into calm waters to heal. Or they may want to meet you in calm waters. Yeah, they took this money, ran with it. This is greed, corruption, somebody at a distance. They're really worried, they're really anxious, they can't eat. They're burdened. This is a get-rich-quick schemer, money-motivated, greedy, selfish, and lazy. And jealous. A bully. Okay? They were showing off. They were bragging. Wanting the attention here. I don't know, trying to gain a following. Wanting to be the leader. Or you're out in the public eye. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. This was ruining it for them. Because you're out in the public eye. Or they said something on public record. Or publicly about you. And it's going to cast them. They're trying to cover something up because this green horse blanket is way too big for this horse. It doesn't look proportioned. You know what I'm saying? So somebody was trying to cover something up. I want to be the winner. Yeah. They have an STD or they're trying to block you. Block the Empress from being seen. Didn't want you taking action, or they don't want you taking action. They didn't want you having wish fulfillment. Somebody was a glutton, okay? Somebody was smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it on a show off. It could be a pregnancy or a mother as well, or a mature woman. This is a fall from grace because you're out in the public eye and they were trying to block you. Or somebody knew what was going on publicly behind your back and they didn't stop it. They didn't take any action. They could be losing their position, terminated, demoted, or this is a divine being that got demoted. They were smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it all, a show off. No emotional fulfillment, no happiness. It's a fall from grace. Somebody has addictions, or they're trying to be you, trying to be a divine being, putting on an act. You know what I'm saying? Regaling everybody with divine being stories and energy stolen from you. You're going to said you party all the time? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're not burdened here. You're not. You consciously made a decision. You're not taking on these people's burdens. You let it go. Poor judgment. They don't want to take accountability. This is lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. A judgment could have went against them if you're going to court or dealing with an institution. They made some poor decisions. There's no second chances. This is karma. Somebody's be left out in the cold, going towards lack and loss and poverty. They followed another poor decision. They followed another out into the cold. Because they lacked confidence. Yeah. Sold a home, stole a home, losing their home, their stability, their business. Somebody was non-committal. The party is over. There's no redemption. They wanted you homeless and unstable. Somebody was a player. Okay? They did something too quickly, too hastily. This is somebody that's very flighty. Don't think before they act. Very reactive type of person. And on the other hand, this could be somebody's being inspired to take some passionate action. I don't know. Could be the police. I just heard jump to conclusions. Okay. Yeah. They did something too quickly trying to block you. Could be sudden departure, sudden arrival as well. Somebody has no contingency plans. Somebody's stuck waiting. They wanted you waiting. They don't know what to do. They have no foresight. They can't make plans. They're planning. They're trying to block your wheel of fortune. Or they're blocked from your wheel of fortune. They block themselves from their own destiny if it is a divine being that got demoted. Somebody wanted your wheel of fortune, thought they can take it, your destiny, and give it to a karmic. Is that the same old story? Yeah. With the wandering eye? Yeah, it could be it. They can't watch you online anymore if you're online. There's a change here. They can't afford a home. They don't have a home to sit in. They don't have any internet. They don't have a phone any longer. They can't pay their bills. So that's the change. Yeah. Yeah, reckless, careless, foolish, taking unnecessary risks, gullible and naive. They don't want you having a new beginning. Yeah. They believed this, okay? They were gullible about magic. They were doing magic. They were gullible, saying that you were a whore bag. They wound up with one, or they are one. They're very jealous, angry, abusive, a bully, hateful. They committed some sort of crime. This was an imbalance done towards you. Single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. Against your business. You could be a business owner. If not, then you know, you don't need anybody in your life. You have 9 out of 10 pentacles, or you will at the end of the day have 9 out of 10 pentacles. If anybody's in your life, it's because you want them there, not because you're codependent or needy. You're good on your own. You're celibate. You're chaste. If they called you a whore, yeah, okay, whatever. You're in your garden minding your own business. These people can't. And they think it's unfair that you're single, abundant, independent. Yeah, they want another go-round here, okay? They don't want to learn their lessons. They kept doing something over and over again. Maybe they want you offline if you are online. Or they don't want something to stop. They want to come back around again. They haven't learned any lessons, okay? Or they don't want you traveling or moving. They didn't think you were protected. They don't want you to win, that's for sure. You could be one person, a group of people coming after you. It's coming back. This is a humongous clap back. This is, the world is upside down. Unfinished business with the universe. It's not over. Okay, it's not over. You're speaking this. You could be a speaker or somebody else is speaking, okay? Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. You're speaking, somebody's speaking the truth, setting boundaries and cutting them out. It could be a professional. It could be anybody. This person's head is not in the clouds. They're very clear thinking. They have a higher perception. They're speaking the truth. They already spoke it. They're willing to hear the truth, but don't lie to this person. They'll cut you down right down to the quick with that sword and with their tongue. Yeah, you foresaw everything. You know they were plotting and planning against you. You're not looking back. You're expanding your horizons. You're moving forward. Yeah, this was a crime. This could be a divorce or separation, but I'm definitely picking up a crime or a warlock at a distance. You could have spoken to them and the world went upside down afterwards. This is also somebody that was maybe in their pocket, somebody that was corrupt. They had a crooked judge leader or spiritual leader in their pocket. They want you offline if you're online. But you foresaw this, you're still moving forward. This is corruption. This is non-belief. Bad contracts. Unwise counsel. Or an institution is going to go down. Yeah. Wanting to sacrifice you. Now they're stuck. They can't get out of this now. They're struggling with this. They don't want to let go. They're trying to stall. You know, everything is stall, right? You want to sacrifice a divine being. So maybe this warlock or whomever this is going to have to sacrifice themselves. And they don't want, they're trying to stall this. Yeah, they have no choice. Wow. No viable options here. Everything that glitters is not gold. Seen through the illusions, they can't cover you up. They can't hide you any longer. Poor decisions, they have to face they have to face the consequences to these bad decisions. This was all stacked against you. It was all one-sided, very karmic. You're standing your ground. You're divinely protected and guided. They're resisting this. They are feeling very defensive. They're probably fighting with their group. You have the advantage you always did. Poor decisions. They could be trying to block your money as well, or your mail. Poor decisions. Yeah, there's no reconciling this. No conflict resolution. Somebody's in trouble here. Unstable, insecure. They did too much. Obsessions, addictions, going to extremes, inappropriate behavior, impatience, right? They're blocked. This is disaster. Yeah. Fallen angel now. Okay, divine being got demoted. This is devil energy. They're bound. They tried to bind you. Nah, they're having an emotional outburst. Something to do with the loss of a child. They're immature, insincere, and very childish. They're not sorry for what they've done. They were doing black magic. They were doing magic, trying to bind you. This is a tower moment. They're trying to hit your crown chakra. Good for them. Something was built on a false foundation, giving off a false sense of security and false impressions. At least 2 people are going to get tossed out of this. Building, group, I don't know, work, space, family, home. Yeah, doing magic. So something might have happened. It was an instant backfire. As above, so below, right? So this is all manipulation, illusions, deception, corruption, out of control. They don't have all the resources they need. Maybe they needed some more hair or something. I don't know. I thought it was very two-faced. It's out of control here, okay? Yeah. Wow. No, wishes are coming true here. Losing hope. Parting ways, grieving and regretting what they've done. They bound themselves. They might be going to jail. They're stuck in their head. This is self-imposed. Lost a lot of money. This is family discord. Or they stole a lot of money from you. And they don't want to take accountability. They can't come correct. And they cannot stop you any longer. They tried to intercept your money or your mail, possibly. They're going to jail if they did. I mean, that's a federal case, right? Fucking with people's mail, that's federal. If it's online, it's wire fraud. If they're screwing with your money or anybody else is paying money to come after you. Yeah, this is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. This is a, oh boy, he or she lost their divine inheritance. Well, they're fuck shit. This is a distorted emperor. They lost their place. Wanting power and control in their ego. Right? Bending to public pressure. They couldn't say no to their friend group. They needed, it's all their image. You know what I mean? They were trying to give their karmics, the third party, the divine feminine's place in the universe. Are you fucking kidding me? All they do is whore around. All they do is gossip. All they do is destroy. They don't want to heal. They're not healed. Both of you are, well, if they're listening, obviously these two are not healed. They can stay there. This is for power. They wanted power. They gave their power away. No authority, lost authority, abused authority, very corrupt, a bully, a tyrant, trying to hide and cloak this. Don't want to be alone now. Oh, no. Oh, they're going to claim they were unaware? Give me a break. Yeah, they were doing this over and over again. Death in reverse. Resisting change. It's a permanent, profound ending. There we go. They cannot take you out. This unalive cult. Now what? Now what? I can't take out a sweetheart. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. Male or female, using your intuition here. You put a cap on this cup because usually it's the biggest cup of love in the whole deck. Unconditional love. But charity begins at home. It begins with self-love. And that's why we saw that card earlier, right? Self-love, taking care of yourself. You put that cap on it, everything changed. You know how a lot of people think, oh, it's my twin flame. I have to sit on this shelf and wait for them to work it out, you know, sow their wild oats and live their life, do what they want. They can abuse me and all that. I'll still be here, undying love and all that bullshit. The divine doesn't want you to do that. Okay, there's no way in hell he wants you to be abused, used, taken advantage of, magic done on you, cheated on, getting STDs, getting lied to. That's the devil's ploy, wanting you to waste your time so you don't get on track, so you do not heal and elevate and don't do what you're what you're supposed to do here. So if you're listening to anybody else telling you that bullshit story about the divines, bullshit. They're feeding you a whole lot of shit, okay? Romanticizing divine beings. Trust me, believe me, if you're not a divine being, the last thing you want to be is a divine being. They go through hell and back. You wouldn't be able to handle it. They're made for it, unfortunately, to be a target continuously their whole life, okay? But you used your intuition, you put the cap on, and you're quite good on your own, thank you. You still loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You're not about to say nasty things to people unless they're in your face. There's rules for everything. Oh boy, you keeping it real here. Keeping things in balance. You might have to make a decision. Yeah, keeping it balanced. You're working hard. You've mastered your emotions. You're keeping your emotions in balance, that's for sure. You mastered your emotions, your craft. You're working hard. You're very diligent. You have success here. You have to make a decision about your work. You know somebody's playing around with your work. Yeah. Someone's trying to drain you. Or they're figuring out, maybe they think that you don't love them, even though you're the most loving person in the, that they know. But they took the love and they poured it out. They have no peace or harmony. They showed you no love. Now they want to put the work in? I don't think so. They're just going to gaslight you some more if they do try, okay? To drain you some more. The whole group's fighting, finger pointing, blaming one another. You took the high road. You love yourself more. I think they think that you didn't love yourself, but you certainly do. They don't love themselves. And now they're waking up. They're in a loveless situation. They're gaslighting one another, poking the bear, reactive abuse. Get out of here. In denial here, okay? You don't see what's happening, acting like a victim. You blocked them off. You walked away with your head held high. You didn't engage. You let it go, and you blocked them off. You went with your intuition, solely with your intuition. You're at peace. Wearing all white, so you're nice and pure. Usually, sometimes you'll see the water in the background roiling. You're not concerned about anything. Now they're concerned. They're acting like the victim. They want to set you up. They want to get your temper going so they can prove that you're abusive. I don't think so. Yeah, to match their narrative of you. They're being blocked from this group, or they're blocking a group, cult, coven, secret society, or third party, or friend group. They spread egregious gossip. There will be no reconciling. The party is over. Yeah, reckless, careless, endangering of others. This is a crime. This was abuse. Very abusive. Something to do with a leader. I almost said a lawyer, so it might be a lawyer involved. Somebody with authority. He's got his hand on his wand. He's looking at it. He's like he's adoring his own wand. Give me a fucking break. He thought he wouldn't get burnt with that salamander. Salamander and lions. You will get burnt. Oh, I'm a divine being. I can do whatever I want. No, you can't. There are rules to everything. But I could have been a contender. I should have been a leader. I'm leading this group. Don't you know? You're leading with a green vest, which means greed or envy. That's what I'm saying. Red pants, red flag. Yellow, you're craven. You're a coward. I don't know why that's sticking out to me right now, but there's a reason for it, right? No leader's going to be a craven. No leader's going to be greedy and selfish and have green eyes, and seen with envy. Red flags are there. Everybody's seeing it. You have no authority. Yep. It's not going anywhere. They don't want to take accountability. There we go. There we go. Not going to go anywhere. They can't overcome this, and they know it. Because they lied. They targeted you. They don't want to go any further as a divine being. Good. Because they know they're going to be targeted. Good. You're a craven. You get demoted. Whatever this is. They spread rumor, gossip, and slander about you. They were petty, and they were cruel. They were abusive. They were jealous. Now they're all fighting. People are angry at one another here. This is news they don't want to hear. Love bomber. Casual hookups. Magic. They're not getting any support. They're getting angry that people aren't supporting them. People aren't looking at their wand going, ooh, I like it. But their wand's got sprouts on it. So, yeah, love bombing. A Queen of Pentacles. Male or female, place the genders where it belongs. You won't accept their offers. You won't even be friends with them. You're stable and secure. You know your value and your worth. You're hardworking, abundant, and independent. You're a nurturer and a healer. You're not going to put up with this bullshit. You know this person's unfaithful. You can't trust them. They can't come correct. Or they were trying to intercept your mail or money. Now they're scared. Trying to make you sick. They could be a pill popper. They want some medication from you or some money from you. They're sick. This is a scandal. They're trying to make you sick, or they wanted to hurt you. They can't come near you to hurt you. It's over. You don't trust this person. They know it. They can't come near you. Or this is the group. They got injured or something like that. They're parting ways. There's lack of trust. This is a karmic soul tie. They're now a karmic. They're no longer a divine being, or they never were, and they were just lying about it. Take it for whatever that is. So you survived whatever they threw out, or they're in survival mode. This false emperor or false divine feminine or divine masculine. Place that where it belongs. Yes or no? Plain puppet master, right? Having somebody's hand up your ass. I don't think so. The devil's involved. See, the devil's right there. You in, you out. They're part of some sort of unalive cult or something like that. Stealing people's energies for their own gain. They can go fuck themselves, okay? Honestly, they can. They're obsessed with you now. Infatuation, adoration, and addiction. They have addictions, I know that. Or they're obsessed with being you. And there's a distance here. People at a distance, could be cults that found you online or got turned on to you by people that you were dealing with in the past, clouding people's judgments. They wanted to be bigger and bolder and badder. They wanted to scare everybody. They want power. Divorce, ghosted, separation. Place that where it belongs. You're busy healing. Self-care, introspection, meditation. This is spiritual awakening. This is a new beginning. This is also coming back to self. One is yourself. You have to look after yourself, okay? Your soulmate is not who you think it is. Certainly not this piece of shit. Sorry, not sorry. I'm really tired of these people. I don't know about you. Thinking they could take the piss. They could do whatever they want. You know, I got another email today. They've done this before. Saying that, that I'm using their music in my videos. I had to laugh. They're looking forward to speaking with me. Well, they can keep looking forward because they ain't going to be speaking with me because I don't play music throughout my videos. So, nice try, assholes. Yesterday's, oh, you won $1 million point something dollars. Contact us immediately. No, I'm not going to contact you, idiots, okay? I'm not going to click any links. I'm not going to fall for it. You guys are desperate right now. I know it. Leave me the fuck alone, okay? No karmics allowed. Unless you want to heal. Other than that, yeah, I'm not answering your damn fucking emails. I'm not playing no music. Certainly not your music. Don't like your music. You know what I'm saying? I don't like anything you have to offer. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Oh, yeah, bedroom. They want to get you back in the bedroom. Scorpio. Sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure. Nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. So somebody was trying to astral travel, but you know, everybody that tries, they regret it later. You know what I'm saying? I've been meeting a lot of people in my dream state. People I don't even fucking know, but they're part of cults and covens. Oh, yes, they are. I feel sorry for one of them, actually. 9, Aries. Shield, defensive, protect, support, safeguard, block, guardian, stand up for, being prepared, heroic, stronghold, security, ward off unwanted energies, be on guard and withstand. And so you are. 69 might have something to do with it. And 94, Gemini, hammock, rest, relax, time off, pause, suspend. Somebody might be getting suspended here, or the suspense is killing them, literally. Sleep, supported, meditate, and active recovery, find relief, vacation, waiting, suspended between two things, in limbo, and self-actualization. They could be in limbo right now. That's part of their punishment. 44, the angels are on it. Leo, when we're in Leo season, somebody you have a family with, or this is your family, or somebody else's family. Loyalty, faithful, allegiance, parents, children, siblings, fidelity, commitment, trust, affection, support systems, origins, tribe, dependable, sincere, and kindred spirits. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of kindred spirits here with a divine being in this kind of family. 1, Capricorn, tools. You have all the tools you need. They don't. Practical abilities, resources, has what it takes. Application, build it, fix it, organization. Help someone, task at hand, well-prepared equipment, get shit done, in masculinity. So this could be the masculine's family or group. Oh, we can get shit done. Yeah, we got everything we need. No, you don't. You're no longer divine. Or you never were. So that's 41 or 15. Broken vase, Taurus. Hardship, misfortune, trial, overcome crises, 2 steps back. Change of state, grief, fix it, opportunity, pressure, burden, destroy, adversity, accident, disappointments, and setback. So they could have fixed it a long time ago. They had ample opportunity to do what was right, and they chose not to. So this is change now, profound change. Get ready for the unexpected. 5, 55, Aries, slingshot. You know, remember David and Goliath. David was alone, a child, according to the story. And Goliath was a giant, imposing, strong, scary as fuck. And he took down this giant with one rock, one pebble, one slingshot, one shot. Tension, strain, again, tension. I mentioned that earlier. Strain, sudden anxiety, pressure, launch, stressed, pull, set in motion, focus, begin, force, change, pulled in opposite directions, ready, aim, and fire. And 2, you might get some phone calls here. 52, telephone. Connection, communication, conversation, getting through, two-way street, message, vocal, loud and clear, reaching out, notification, throat chakra, inner voice, rings a bell. If you have a yes or no question, 29, it's unlikely at this time the situation or outcome is unlikely to occur. So they're trying to get a hold of you. They want your response. It's unlikely because you're ending this karmic cycle. Still, everything is still. Okay, Taurus. You're still the same way. You're happy, you're healthy, you're glowing. Nothing's changed. Refinement, taste, culture, style, fine-tune, concentrate, develops over time, purify. You're pure, okay? Filter, draw out infusion, spirits, alcohol, perfume, reduction, and cultivation. So someone could be drinking too much and doing other things too much. But they're getting nothing from you still yet again. And they wanted something from you. I don't know what. They're not going to get it, whatever it is they want. Maybe they're trying to get a hold of the divine, praying, and there's no response. I don't know. Your magic's certainly not working. Or this is spirit telling them, sit still, go and heal. Stop drinking. Stop doing other things. Whatever it is. Or they could be involved not just in an unalive cult, but in some sort of vice, organized crime. There could be... remember we saw hit and run. This could be a drive-by. So be careful, whoever this was that was dealing with nefarious people. That might be your ending, okay? Yeah, there's a promise here. And they're going to make a promise. Responsible, confirmation, assurance, 28 coming after you. They promise this karmic you will get this divine feminine's destiny. Yeah, this is daydreams here. It's nothing but daydreams. Ain't gonna happen. You could be an introvert. Something to do with an online community. I knew it. It's unalive cults and all kinds of covens and secret societies. Privacy and separate. So someone was doing something separate online. Maybe I got this yesterday, the day before. Someone just wanted to rush your unalive so very badly. Wanted to make you look like you're the karmic so very badly that they contacted different cults, covens, secret societies, and had each of them doing work on you. Too much, okay? And it crossfires. They're hitting each other, and then the backfires hitting themselves. 66, they got to balance this out. Yeah, eternal love. Oh, yeah, that you're my eternal lover. Yeah, I don't think so. There you go. It's over. Their eternal love, their true twin, they wanted gone. For money. They fell into a trap here. Or this is the twin flame trap. There you go. Victim, allure, trap. Adrenaline, up and down. Roller coaster ride, ups and downs, good and bad. Rush of feelings. You're calm. You know who you're... If you know who your twin flame is, you're good. You're not going back there. They can deal with Father when they get home. Inner peace, simplicity, meditation. You're getting your justice. You always knew that. The divine probably told you, sit still. That's it. Sit still. Be still. Let me do my work. Let me bring you justice, equality, neutrality, and logic. They have a disturbance on them. They have an attachment, or they try to attach things to you, or this is their karmic, obscure irritation, supernatural. Yeah, the third wheel. Told you, it's the karmic. Yeah, it is what it is. There you go, in a nutshell. Sorry, it's all over the place. I can't help it sometimes, but I try to, pinpoint exactly what's going on here. And somebody wasn't altruistic. Somebody was not a good person, and they're reaping what they have sown. Coming after somebody that was good. So I hope this makes you happy. I hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.